I'm just going to give it about another full 60 seconds before I get into talking about the topics for tonight, starting off with my predictions for Fight Night. But just to make sure, let me get some information to make sure I do not misspeak later on in the show. Let me make sure I tweet the stream out actually while I'm thinking about it. This will give me time to actually make sure I have all my thoughts coherent and that I'm ready to go. Okay. I know I said 60 seconds about 60 seconds ago, but let me just make sure before I mess anything up or do anything incorrectly. And then I will begin my little intro, my little spiel, before I move into my predictions, starting with Fight Night. Moving on to the Gears Community Series, finishing up with my hopes for San Diego and beyond that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, on Fight Night for Gears of War Esports, we will see the international match of Lucent Esports, who came in second at the regional a few weeks ago, going up against the champions, Space Station Gaming, who won that same regional, who also had a tough time with Lucent, but still managed to come out on top. They're the first match of the night. I believe it's going to go according to chalk. Space Station Gaming goes ahead and wins that match. They go ahead and win that match. I'm going to say 2-1. They still have a little bit of trouble with that team because I think Lucent is on the correct track. I think they're trending in the right direction. But I still think at the end of the day, Space Station's ability and prowess is still too much for Lucent Gaming to overcome. In the main event, though, of Fight Night, we go back to our same old story, same old song and dance. We have Optic Gaming North America versus Echo Fox, and they are going to continue to slug it out. This past Wednesday on Fight Night, Optic Gaming decimated Echo Fox in what I thought was a complete rout uncharacteristic of that team. On Thursday night, though, Echo Fox began to play up to their own standards and of their own ability and ended up coming out on top in the Gears Champions League Community Series against Optic Gaming. I think in the 2K tomorrow night, though, we see a 2-1, a much closer match because Echo Fox has begun to shake off all their rust from a little bit of a vacation. They've begun to scrim more often. They've also been playing more often, which means bad news bears for anybody that's looking to take them lightly going forward. I've got Optic Gaming 2-1, both games of the night going all three maps, which is what I want to see, which is what I love to see, but I still got the two chalks, the two number one seeds from their respective regions, Space Station Gaming and Optic Gaming, coming out on top in those matches. Let's move now to Thursday night with the Gears Community Series, the Champions League, presented by NXGG and helped put on by Deluxe. A great shout out to both of them, the sponsor NXGG and Deluxe, for all of his tireless work trying to help us put together a great league for everybody to enjoy. The first match of the night on stream, Optic Mexico, who has been playing absolutely insane. We saw them decimate on Fight Night a week ago. We then saw them beat Echo Fox the following night, prior to Echo Fox beating Optic Gaming North America in the second match on the Champions League, we see in the first match Optic Mexico versus Optic Gaming. The Green Wall fights itself, trying to eat itself alive, trying to maintain and secure that number 1 seed and that top spot moving forward. Optic Mexico has been playing very well. They're a team that can get you on your heels and keep you on your heels if you allow them. They have great wolf pack, they have great initial fighting strategy, and they are not afraid to take any fight anywhere in the map, led by guys like a Monkeys, like a Dezenide. They are playing above and beyond what anybody, I believe, has expected them to play since that disappointing finish in New Orleans. We do not know for sure who the second match of the night is. We believe right now that it could be Echo Fox playing Nimbus GG. Nimbus GG started out very rocky in the Champions League, playing a little bit under their own performance level. With the loss of Tidy and the pickup of handles, though, they look like they've started to figure out where they're going, their momentum, their mojo, and they're going up against the team in Echo Fox, who's coming off a hot week in the Champions League. They may have gone 1-1, but they did defeat the world champions Optic Gaming in their second match of the night. I'm going to predict Echo Fox beating Nimbus GG, but I don't believe it's close. I don't believe it's as far as most people want to believe it is. It might be 2-0, but I think it's 7-4, 7-5, and then another 7-4, 7-5. Nimbus is going to put up a tough fight because they are a very young, very hungry, very driven team moving forward. But I still think Echo Fox gets a 2-0 victory over Nimbus GG if that is the second match of the night to be played. Some other matches that are on the card, though. Rise versus Nimbus, Optic Gaming versus Rise, and Echo Fox having to play Nimbus twice in the same night, it almost looks like, according to the schedule Deluxe has sent me. But I believe Rise beats Nimbus as well. That could go either way, though. That's almost a coin flip because as a pickup team with Keem playing for Nimbus, former Rise Nation member, in this past week's 2K, Nimbus was able to defeat them in the 2K, but I think Rise, playing under a bit more of the light, being able to practice more and not being caught off guard by a possible 2 subs that were playing for Nimbus this past Sunday, they're going to go ahead and route out Nimbus GG in that game, as well as we see Optic versus Rise. That's no surprise to me. Optic Gaming 2-0 over Rise. They have dominated them in the 2Ks, and I believe they're going to continue to dominate them, especially in the Champions League on Thursday night, presented by Annex GG, put on by Deluxe. That's it, though, moving forward from that position now on the Champions League on Thursday nights. We've got Fight Night Wednesday, Champions League Thursday. But let's start moving forward. I said San Diego and beyond, but I'd like to start with the closest possibility and move forward from that position. This coming Sunday, when we have the 2K series happening yet again, another week, I want to see amateur teams and pro teams alike. If you are a set team of 5, even if you're a set team of 3 or 4, I need you to start finding that 4th, 5th member or that 5th member, and I want to see everybody putting their best into these full days of practice. It is the best experience you can get against anything that may be coming your way, but it also prepares you for the unexpected. Rise playing and losing against Nimbus with 2 substitutes. Those 2 substitutes coming in, making a big splash, helping them defeat Rise in that game this past week. I believe the 2K is a grab bag. It's a Pandora's box when you get away from the optics and the echoes. You could see any team at any time based on your seeding points, but that doesn't matter. You need to be prepared for whoever may be coming your way. I want to see the likes of pros begin to solidify who their 5th is because we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, a little over a month away from San Diego, and I think these teams really need to solidify who they are and where they're going. Because you cannot take a 1, 2, even 3 week team to a major LAN event and expect to place as high as you'd want to, or even have a chance at sniffing that trophy. We have some pretty formidable teams out there. Optic Gaming, Optic Mexico has been playing much better Nimbus GG's made a big splash. Echo Fox defied the odds where everybody thought they would perform poorly in New Orleans, coming in second place with a massive run on Sunday. From the European side of things, we've got Lucent, we have Regal Reserve, we've got Space Station GG, the kings of the European region. Those teams don't sneak up on people anymore. We know that those three teams are capable of taking out the juggernauts and giving our biggest teams a run for their money. Optic Mexico, Cryptic, any team coming out of Latin America has the passion, the drive to win and to have the best region behind them in the game. So let's start solidifying who we are. Let's start making sure our practices are as perfect as we can get them. And let's ensure that we are prepared and ready for anything that could come your way so that come Sunday, you have a chance of hoisting that trophy under the bright lights and the big stars. Let's move forward from the 2K, talk a little bit more broadly. Today was a very sad day for Gears of War esports. We saw the announcement of E-United leaving our scene after the team lost Rezik to Ghost Gaming, not having a fifth to replace him, announcing as a team of four shortly after that. They were announced as a team of four looking for an organization. E-United leaving is a big blow to the scene, but I hope that does not deter any organizations or any of the outside eyeballs looking in. Gears of War has some of the most passionate and driven fan bases. We would live and die by our Lancer. We also have some of the most passionate characters in the world. There is no main stage interview that is missable. You cannot watch somebody give what they have to give with everybody's favorite Farouk there on main stage in our Gears of War open circuit matches. They give everything they have, blood, sweat, tears, for this game, for the opportunity to be called a champion. We've seen players come and go in these 2 seasons. We've seen orgs come and go in these 2 seasons. But we are still standing, and that says way more about who we are as a community and what Gears of War is as a game than any number that somebody can throw out there. This game was built to last. It was built to have a multiple season esport under its belt. We all know that everybody wants to focus on the problems that they see with what's going on. They never want to focus on the solutions. They never want to focus on what could be best and what is better now than it was before. Let's take the obvious off the table. There is more money involved in this esport now, which is good for everybody all around. Production is higher. The events locations are better. People love to come out and scream for their favorite players, teams, and give them their energy. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is just a platform. We have to continue to progress. From Ultimate Edition culminating in that Columbus Open where there was more hype and more love than we could ever imagine, to that opening invitational tournament for Gears of War 4, to the highest of highs in London, to the lowest of lows where people thought we wouldn't have any amateur teams out in New Orleans, but look at what came out of New Orleans. The best storylines, the best rivalries, and by far the biggest names in esports slugging it out on our main stage. Let's continue to move upwards and onwards. Let's continue to climb the ladder, reach for one brass ring to the next, and make sure that we continue to grow our game, grow our love, grow our passion, and continue to show out and show up each and every week on Twitter, on Facebook, on any social media you can get your hands on, and make sure that we have the love that we've always had for this game and include those around us in it. Going to San Diego, show out, show up. If you're in an open bracket, fight your heart out to get to pool play. If you're in pool play, fight your heart out to get that 3-0 and that top seed in the winner's bracket. Once you're in winner's bracket, fight like your life depended on it. And if you're in loser's bracket, your life does depend on it. I want to say moving forward that I believe we have all the tools, all the characters, all the humans, and all the great support and love in a community. Whether anybody wants to say that this community is toxic, it has bad people. At the end of the day, when you go to these events, you see everybody in awe of the same spectacle. That which the coalition has built, that which we must take and move forward with, and that which we must love. Let's go to San Diego and have an amazing event. I'm going to end tonight with a happy note, followed by a bit of a somber note. But then we're going to close it out in style as we always do. The happy note is this. That show match for the community series is happening. Fire Squad, Strang Gang, Strangulate versus Guy Blaze. It could be this week. It could be next week. But you give Guy Blaze enough preparation time, and he's going to make you pay for it. On the other hand, Strangulate, former high-end pro from that dynasty of SYN. Ladies and gentlemen, if he can get the right tools around him, he can make big things happen. It's going to be an exciting match for the Champions League as a show match. It's going to be great for this community. And I hope that when that match goes down, I see all Fire Squad members, all Strang Gang members in the chat blowing it up, throwing out the emotes, maybe even a little trash talk, but let's keep it clean and let's keep the hype up for those guys coming out, taking time out of their schedules, putting together little pickup teams for a show match to show you that we still got it. That this community can put on a great match anytime, anywhere, by any means necessary. The somber note, I'm going to close out with this. We all heard what happened at the Madden tournament this past weekend. And I hope to God, going forward, organizations and event organizers have taken note. Security is paramount. The lives of players and spectators and talent and cast and crew are as paramount as any life walking the street, and we must keep that in mind because we all deserve to play, to live, to love, and be happy. My condolences and my deepest sorrows go out to those who lost their lives. My prayers are with those recovering. I pray nothing like that ever happens again. I hope action comes forward, allowing us to ensure that something like that never happens again. Stay safe. Play the game with the passion and the way that it's meant to be played, as all great players do. And always remember, in Gears, there's a couple of things. Never fight alone. Always fight with passion. But at the end of the day, what counts is that W. Get your teams together, stick together. Let's go to San Diego, make it amazing. And let's start with this Sunday's 2K. After tomorrow's fight night with Guy Blaze and Veli. Thursday night's Champions League presented by NXGG, put on by Deluxe. The possible show match. Let's move forward from those amazing places to even higher and greater ones. I hope all of you have an amazing night. I'm Colin Clark. This was the CIC.